Hello everyone. In this tutorial Playwright with TypeScript series, we will learn how to build a framework from scratch. So in this tutorial, we will create web element classes, wait action class, and also page classes, test classes, how to generate error report, and how to run test cases in one browser session. So basically, playwright behavior is if there is a one test, only one test will run in one browser, and for another test, playwright will open another browser and then performs actions on it and then close the browser when the test will finish. So we will not use that approach because opening browser for every test case is little bit complex thing. uh, like in Selenium, Java, what we do is we write test cases using test-ng, and then we perform every task in only one browser. Like if we are navigating to URL in one test, and then in next test we are logging in to the website. But in Playwright it is not possible through just writing test cases. We have to create browser context and then create page from that context and then use that shared page into each test to continue only with one browser session. So let's get started. First of all, open your VS Code and then open the folder in which you want to build the framework. So my folder is TypeScript framework. So if you don't know how to open the folder or create folder and then open it, and then also you don't know how to install Node.js. First of all, the requirement to build the framework is Node.js. You must install Node.js in your computer to uh, build the framework using TypeScript. To learn how to install Node.js, you can watch my first video in this series, setup and installation. So now let's start it. We have opened the folder TypeScript framework. Now just uh, click on terminal, click on new terminal. So my folder is in directory D, testing TypeScript framework. Now what you have to do, your first command should be npm init playwright latest. So this should be your first command to install the playwright. So let's click on run. So it will install all the necessary non dependencies for the playwright and all the browsers. Browsers means, so first thing it is asking, do you want to use TypeScript or JavaScript? So we are going for TypeScript. Click on TypeScript. Enter the TypeScript where to put your end-to-end tests. So this thing we can modify also. So just for now, remain it to test and click on enter. Add a GitHub action workflow. Currently, I will not add that. I will add that in future, and also I will show you how to add GitHub workflow. Um, so currently make it false. Install Playwright browser can be done manually via npx playwright install. So if you do not want to install the browsers currently, you can make it false, but and in future you can install through npx playwright install. I am going to install the browsers, so I will make it true and then clicking on run. So installing playwright test. Now it will install the browsers, all the vulnerabilities. Now downloading the browsers. So it is downloading Chromium. Error, client network socket disconnected before secure TLS was established. Some error has been occurred. I think the browser is installed already. Uh, it's now downloading Firefox. So you can see the browsers are installed, and it created some folders here like node modules. In node modules, all the dependencies will be there. Whatever the dependency you will install in future, it will fall into node modules. Now we have it folder which is test. This test folder contain example.spec.test. So it has given us some predefined methods here. So we will not use that. We will delete this thing. Just delete it. And there is one more folder which is test example, and which contain demo to do app spectre. It also contains some uh, tests, but we will not use that also. Why we don't use that? Because if you can see that in test dot before each file, each it is containing page dot go to this URL. So here you can see test or script. Test should allow me to add to do items. Then there is one other test, another test, another test. So before each test, it will go to this URL, and then this will perform these actions and then close the browser. So it is not feasible, or if you want to use like in Selenium, we describe test using test ng, and we want to perform actions in only one browser. Like if you have navigated to the URL in one test and you want to log into the another test, so this thing you cannot perform in playwright default behavior, because the browser will close after this test completes its actions. So we will achieve that also using performing action in different steps using one browser. So delete this file also, and here we have dot delete this folder also. Here we have git ignore file. So it contains node module, test result, playwright report, blob report, playwright.cache. So node modules, basically node modules. If you don't want to push the node module folder into the GitHub, just add this in git ignore file, and then it will ignore this node module folder, and then you can push the remaining code. Test result file, it will this folder will be generated when you will run the files. We will not use playwright report, blob report, playwright.cache. So just close this thing, and then we have package.log.json. We will not touch this file in our entire framework. So just close this package.json. In this package.json, all the dependencies which will be installed in this playwright in futures will show here. And in the script, we will write our own scripts to run our test cases, whether it is parallelly or serial wise. We will write scripts here. And if you want to perform task on different environments, so this framework will contain how to run your scripts in different environment. Like you have stage, you have dev, you have production environment, how to run in different environments using only one command line. You don't have to change anything in your folder or in your code. Just you have to change in your script file, sorry, in your command. So close this package.json. Now we have playwright.config.ts. So this is the basically heart of the playwright series. Playwright. Now if we go to the test directory, it contains /tests. So whatever the test script file you will made in playwright, it will run only from that folder test. If you want to change, suppose that I have created test file in this folder, but I want to rename that. I don't want test, I want T capital here. Then you have to change it here also. Test. Now run test in files in parallel. What does it means? If there are two files in test folders, suppose that one is login script, another is register script. If you want to run both the uh, files in parallelly, make it true, otherwise comment this. Currently I'm commenting this. I will show you how to run scripts in parallel. Also comment this, also comment this thing also. Reporter, we will not use HTML reporter, we will use LU reporter, but we will change this in future. In your use, mostly things we will declare here, like base URL, whatever will be the base URL from here. Trace, we will not use trace. If you want me to use trace also, you can comment in the comment section. I will enable this also. And in project folder, sorry, not folder, in project array, you can see there are three types of web browser there: WebKit, Firefox, Chromium. We will not use them also. Just comment these things. I will show you how to use Chromium in different way. So first thing what we will do is we will close this config.ts file, and now we will create one folder which not in the test. We will create one in the directory. So action, we will declare the action classes in this action folders, and let's suppose the first action class is wait actions. Yes, so we are creating now the action files. It will contain wait actions, web element action, and usable actions. Now we have created wait. Oh, sorry, this I have not declared the file type. So the file type will be .ts file. So now for TypeScript we will use .ts. If you want, if you are using type JavaScript, you can use .js. So we are going with TypeScript. So wait action.ts. Now we will use import page here from @playwright. So here we have imported page here. Page is what? Page is declared, but its value is never used. Sorry. Page provide method to interact with a single tab in a browser or an extension background in Chromium. Might have multiple page instances. Example, create a page, navigate it to the URL, and then save the screenshot. Okay, so they have provided some example also here. You can see that, but we don't need these things. So just now we will create the constructor of the class. So how to create the constructor? Just export default class and name of the class is wait actions. You can provide whatever the name you want to give here, and here you have declared the class. Now create the constructor, and here you can declare the page in constructor with two ways. So first way is page, and here page bracket this dot page dot page. Okay, so this is the first type. In another other class we will use different type of constructor. Now we will create methods for wait action class. So let's declare our first method. So first of all we will use this thing, and then first method will be wait for visible. So here write something here for the method like wait for a specific time for the element to be visible. Now what we will do, we will give the parameter as element. Don't worry, it will highlight once we will declare the method. Now write the method async. We will use async and wait for element visible. Now element now you have to import the locator thing here, locator, because playwright use locator syntax. Locator, so basically it will act as element like we use in Selenium. We call it element, and in playwright we call it locator. You like use await. So for every asynchronous function you have to use await. Whenever you are declaring an asynchronous function, use await everywhere. Await element dot wait for what? Wait for state visible. So that's how you can wait for an element. So a wait thing will wait for the element for a particular time. That time we will declare in the playwright.config.ts file, whatever the time you want to give. If you want to give a custom timeout, suppose that you don't want to use that config.ts file timeout, just provide that constant let custom timeout is equal to, let's suppose, for 10 seconds, so 10,000 millisecond, and use here timeout. No, I think something is missing. Not like this. Here timeout and custom. So what it will do, it will not use this config.ts file wait of 30 second or 40 second, whatever you will declare here, it will use this custom timeout. It will wait for only 10 seconds. But I am not using this custom timeout, so let's ignore that and remove that also. So here we have defined wait for element visible. Currently we will use this only, we wait for element visible. Now let's create another class, action class. So create another class. It will be web uh, web actions, web element actions. Element is dot ts. Now just copy paste this thing and paste it here. Copy this one also, paste here, rename it to web element actions. And now make it the constructor. To make the constructor, just use here, see, I am using something different here, public page. Now extend wait. First of all, you have to import the wait action file. Import. I will show you why I'm doing this. Wait actions. From where? Dot wait actions. All right. Now we will extend this wait actions. We are extending web element action to wait actions. Now after extending, what you have to do is you have to provide super keyword. Why we are using super keyword? Because we want to use the wait action methods. Super page. So it's done. Now the constructor is made. Now we will declare this thing. Now we will write first method we will create for the clicking on any element. So click on the particular element after the element is visible, and the parameter will be element. Here see, if you go to the add the rate, why is this not coming? Oh sorry, I'm using param element. Yeah, now it's coming. Same here, use add that param element. Now declare the method async. The name for the element will be click. pass the parameter element, and it will be locator type. Now start the bracket, and then we will use await this dot wait for element visible. So we are directly accessing the wait action class using extend wait action and using the super keyword. So dot this dot wait for element visible, and then element, and then await element dot click. This method is inbuilt. Click. So here you can see locator dot click has many options like button, left, right, middle, click, count, delay, force click, modifiers, blah blah blah, timeout, trials. So we will use normal click here. Yes. So we have uh, declared one method of clicking. Now we will create one more method of send keys. So here send the keys to a particular element. Now it will have two parameters, param text, send keys. Element will be there, but now the next parameter will be text string. So now wait for element will be visible. We will not we will not do anything with this method. Now element dot send keys. There is no method of send keys in the playwright. It will be element dot fill. So this method wait for action event checks focus the element, fill it and trigger an input event after filling. Note that you can pass an empty string to clear the input field. So if you want to clear the input field, you can pass an empty string. If the target element is not an input, text area or container editable, this method throw an error. However, if the element is inside the label that has an associated control, the control will be filled instead. So we will use dot fill method, and then uh, element dot fill element text. Oh, sorry, not here element. Yeah. So now this method is correct. You can also print the console like console.log. Use but I prefer not to use this console.log here because we will use the clicking log in the our method created methods. So I'm not using any console.log here. What we can do is we can do console.log here. Sent the follow keys, and the key name will be dollar text. So here will be the keys to the element, and here will be the element. If we go, let's see if there are anything to uh, no, actually I'm confused that if it will print the element or something else, so we will check it in future. Now we have created one click method, one send click keys method. We will create one another other method and just copy paste it here and then share and send the keys to a particular element with time delay. So instead of send key, it will type. So what is the difference between send keys and send type? So in send keys, uh, it will write into that particular element without any time delay. But in send type, it will write like a uh, real scenario. Like we type first A, D, B, C, then space, then C and D. So in send type, there will be a delay in typing of A to D. Suppose that A, you have typed A, then it will wait for that delay, particular delay time. Then it will type D, then wait for another time, then it will type B. So that's the difference between send keys and send type. Send key will not wait for that LL delay and will throw all the keys into that element in one time, in one go. So everything will be remain same. Instead of this dot fill, we will use dot type. Why it is showing deprecated? Oh, it's not type, it's press sequentially. So in most cases you should use locator.fill. Instead you only need to press keys one by one. Special keyboard handling on the page. Focus the element and then send a key down. Uh, Now use press sequentially method and use the text. And then we have to provide the delay. What will be the delay between sending the keys? The delay will be of 100. Yeah, 100 is okay. 100 milliseconds. Instead of send, we will use type the following keys. The key will be here to the element. So we have created wait actions, we have created web element actions, and we declared three methods here: click, send keys, send type. And in wait action, we have only one method: wait for element visible. Now we will create another class which will be reusable actions dot ts. So just copy paste this thing. We don't need to write everything again and again. We will import these two element classes. How to import these two element classes? Just Just now create the constructor. I will copy this constructor thing also here. Now it has extended the wait actions. What if you want to if you want to use web element actions to the reusable class, then import uh, web element actions from uh, rename this reusable actions. So I imported this. Now create the object for that. We will use just copy this thing, and then this, and then this. Use it is, yeah, use smaller here, and then in the constructor uh, don't use super, we just have to use this dot value element action. What we are doing, we are doing page initialization by creating the object new web element actions and page. I think something is wrong. Oh, extend, remove this. And now wait action, use wait action. Wait. And again copy paste this wait action here and here. So now you have just initialized the class using creating object of those classes, wait action and value element actions. So that's it in this today tutorial. We have what we have learned. We have installed PlayWright and TypeScript, and then we created three classes: reusable action, wait action, web element actions in action class. In the next tutorial we will create page classes, and we will create global actions, global features, these things. So thank you for joining. We will meet in the next video. If you have any questions, you can ask in the comment sections. Thank you.